see. We're live on Kick. We're live on the twos of the U. Pop out chat. Yo, I saw something too. After I'm done with the session, I'm gonna look into it. There's another social media platform that people are getting paid out for. Yeah, it's new, and people are getting paid out to use it. So yeah, so I'm gonna look into that. As the what? Get people to go on and use it. This shit. I might have to get on that bag starting tomorrow's trading session stream. I also have to. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Well, maybe not. I could clip on Twitch, right? I can. Never mind, we're good. This is perfect. Yeah, that's what I used to do with my with the gaming shit. I did it myself. It's not difficult. It's just, obviously my streams aren't that long, so it's not that bad. But like, imagine a 12-hour stream where you gotta go through 12 hours of footage still. Like, that's what I'm saying, yo. And then to think about it, yo, a 2-hour, 3-hour trading stream, I'm like, yo, I don't want to go through that. Just lazy. I could really finish that shit. I used to finish a 12-hour stream clipping everything. It used to take me like 2 hours max. So realistically speaking, a 2-hour stream where we're only talking about one pair, it'll probably take me like 45 minutes to 30 minutes. Probably not even. Let's do that first.
Why this trade would still be a 50-50 trade, even though that we had the inducement of the lows, even though we had the double bottom of the 800 EMA, and even though we had the change in the breaker structure on the 1-minute time frame, will be because price is still making lower high points, right? Although it was not on the structure itself, inside of like that actual zone of consolidation that we have on the 30-minute time frame. Of where price is at right now.
You're talking about these trades that were on the 30-minute time frame, or like where price is at right now?
No, like the trade from Friday.
You were saying that it's low probability or high probability?
Low probability.
I would disagree.
Why?
800 EMA on the 30-minute time
Right.
frame. Right? There's two things I'm looking at. So the number one was we got the change and we're looking for a break. Right? Technically speaking, yeah, we got the break. But the break, there's two things that happened here before and during the break. The exhaustion candles, 800 EMA.
Right.
So this break for me, it doesn't matter, right? It's the same thing when I'm looking for a trade and I'm on the 5-minute or the 1-minute. If I get a change in a break, but the 800 EMA is near and price didn't break the 800, what do we know about the 800 EMA?
The price respects 800, the 800 EMA, right?
The almighty 800 EMA. So the same thing that I'm looking for when I'm taking a trade on the 5-minute or the 1-minute, same rules apply.
Right.
On the 30, same rules apply on the 4 hours, same rules apply on the daily. Like the fact that we had the exhaustion candles and we had a price bounce off the 800 EMA, that's it.
Like I was saying that it's low probability in the aspect that like of course it's not picture perfect, like it'll definitely be a trade that we would have to like just be very diligent on like the details, because and with us knowing that where we're at, we had to bounce off the EMA. Even with the change in the break on the 1 minute time frame that we had got, the stop loss placement would just be underneath the previous higher low point
Mm-hmm.
and the 1 minute 800 EMA, because we know that if price comes down there, then we're just wrong. But because this is what I have drawn up here. I was looking at it like I guess we have the inducement, bounce off the 800 EMA, double bottom. That's what we would want to see, because even when it's coming to like the market maker pattern, and we're looking for just a W formation, we got that. But what I was saying was just like the fact that price was still making lower high
Lower lows and
points.
lower highs. Mm-hmm.
Right. So like it was just the fact that price had already came back up into the middle of
Now,
the zone.
is that also, again, it's good to have the internal structure, right? Being able to see the lower lows and lower highs, right?
Right.
Put a highlighter tool, just like circle the bottom, just so we could do something real quick. And I'm gonna put your screen here so that people can see it too. Hold on. Okay. When you switch over to the 4 hour time frame, right? Where's our structure? Zoom out. Where's our 4 hour high and 4 hour low? Right. So we know
Lower
that we
high,
had a change of character to the
lower low.
top side, right? And price
Right.
gave us, all right, the higher high gave us a higher low, right?
Mm-hmm. All
When
right. With
price
being
gave us
said,
a higher low, you just zoom in now, and what is structure doing in that move to the top side? What is
it
price
gave us
making?
a higher high into the higher low
Right? Boom.
internally.
That's
All
it.
right.
Higher
So we
high,
know
higher
this
low.
is
So
the
now
higher
you go
low.
to the daily time frame,
Mm-hmm. It's the
right?
exact same thing.
What is price doing?
Where are we bouncing off of? 50
Right?
50
So,
EMA. All right.
and now one other step you could go into, go back to the 4 hour,
Mm-hmm.
right, and just zoom into the last couple to no, I'm sorry, the 30 minute.
Price is actually my area of interest on
Wait,
the forward time frame. Now that I think about it.
let me not do too much, right? Let's go back to the regular shit. What we were just saying, right? Structurally speaking, we know we're in a
Mm-hmm.
higher low point,
Right.
right? Once this higher low is set, what are we looking for prices to do? Start making those higher highs and higher
Higher
lows,
highs
right?
and higher lows. Right.
While price is moving from a higher high point to a higher low point, right? On the 4 hour time frame, on the daily time frame, when price is moving from a higher high, higher high to a higher low point, what is
Mm-hmm.
price doing? Market
Prices
structure. What is market structure
internally.
doing?
Price internally is making lower lows and lower highs
Right? So boom.
to
Now you
form
go
the higher
back to
low.
the 30-minute time frame once again.
I'll go back to the 30 minute. Boom. Back to the 30 minute.
What do you see
Price
price doing?
making lower lows and lower highs.
Right? Until where? Until it reached a point of interest, right? And
Mm-hmm.
why is this a point of interest? Let's say you add your fib retracement from the previous higher low point to the higher high, right? What is the retracement in? What EMA are we looking at? We already know looking at this is a 50% 61.8 retracement.
You said to the, all right,
The
this one
higher
right
low
here.
point and the higher high.
This one right here, right?
Right.
50%, 61.8, right there on the
Right.
dot.
So the people
Yeah.
who want to use fibs, boom, this is one of your points of interest. If you're using, the golden ratio zone, which is the 50%, 61.8, boom, you got that, right? I use the
Mm-hmm.
EMAs though.
Right.
EMAs will give you a little bit more of a clearer story. right? And we know that on
Last
the
push
30
to
minute, once again,
break.
where are we? We know we're at the higher low point. We're on the 800 EMA. Price respects 800 EMA. Perfect. So on the 30 minute, yeah, you're gonna see price give you lower lows and lower highs, but
Right.
understanding that this was just price making higher
Mm-hmm.
high, higher low, right? Price pushing down into the higher low
Mm-hmm.
to see if price was gonna respect that higher low point to then continue that trend back to the top side.
Right. So
So
like
that's
even
why I
when we
fully
come
disagree. Like this is
right.
a high probability trade. And
Okay.
if this is a trade that would have, like, if those lows would have been set like that later on in the day, we know we could have taken that shit. What's up, Muhammad? Welcome, my brother. Welcome. We're just going over a question. My bad. We're going over a question he had about GU.
Uh, I'm back. Um, okay, because I was looking at this as I was back testing Friday, and
Mm-hmm.
like it was definitely I didn't dissect it as in depthly as we just did, but I mean I kind of had already had like my area of interest drawn up just from the higher time frame and like where I was looking for price to pull back to.
Right.
Which I kind of had the zone marked off correctly. Is just like the wicks that I should have had included to just give me like that more um just like confidence to take that trade because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it till after it had already went and hit TP stuff. But even like when we come down here to the 1 minute time frame, um, the dots follow like the 1 minute structure, so it's pretty self-explanatory. But
Right.
um, we had to change here, higher low, had to break out the 800. We know that we're not really looking for anything else. 23.6, 38.2 just based off the break that we had got. And like it was just also in alignment with this previous high that we had broke that gave us the change. Um, it was also bouncing off the 50 on the 5 minute too. Gave us the break of the 800 on the 5, gave us that pullback flag post pattern. That was off the 50 straight to TP. Now stop loss placement. I said I said pull back and retested literally the last red candle before the break. And I had that marked off.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as TP placement, this would be like more of a comfortable stop. Um, yeah, this would be more of a comfortable stop. This would kind of like be pushing it, like nice little 6 RR, including like the spread and stuff like that is beneath my point of interest zone too. So yeah,
Yeah, it's not bad.
yeah. Damn, so how we missed this?
I wasn't on the chart like that on Friday.
Yeah. Mm, oh, okay.
But also, again,
I wouldn't really call it like a missed trade, honestly, because I do like how I had everything lined up, especially the 4 hour joint. Like, that's not even nothing that you really even went over as far as like the, not that you didn't go over it, but as far as like how I have like the zone drawn out, you
mm-hmm.
kind of already like are a little bit more seasoned. So like you could just see it without really having the zone marked off.
Right.
But
No, and then again, like you go back onto the chart the times that we were on it. Again, for like what I
mhm,
was explaining on Friday, right? This is
mhm,
a moment on the chart where I take a step back,
right,
right? Not because I can't see what's going on, but because I want extra confirmation,
right,
right? In order for this to be like we're back in the middle of the zone of consolidation, we're back at yesterday's high. I'm okay,
mhm,
right? Again, another way to look at this, which is what I had drawn out on my screen since Friday. It's a
wait,
type
let me
one
see.
pattern.
Right.
I'm cool with that, right? I'm cool with missing the first leg,
The
right?
first
Because I
move.
know I'm gonna get the second leg, and I know I'm gonna get the third leg,
Mm-hmm.
right? Until
Right.
we start making higher highs and higher lows on within the structure, on the overall structure on the 30-minute. We got the change, we got the
Mm-hmm.
break, perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then also the timing of it too. Yeah. And like that's kind of why I'm not really like real butthurt over this trade. Cause I like it. Like it's just like although I didn't catch the move, like as far as like the live test and the back testing of it, for me it's still a win. Cause like it's just like
And again, it's
it's
not about catching the move,
right.
right?
Being able to see
Because
it.
once again, being able to see it and understand why this trade here, again, like if we're talking about an entry here at these lows,
Mm-hmm.
right? Somewhere here before 5 in the morning. This is a good ass trade to take.
Right.
Is this a day where I'll go and I'll put my TP at STP if it's above these highs? No. Why? Because at these highs, price could give you an inducement and go back down.
Right.
Because again, technically speaking, we did get a break of these lows,
Right.
right? Technically speaking, we did. The 800 EMA saved this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now what am I looking for? Again, we're still trading between these highs here and these lows.
Mm-hmm.
So technically speaking, could this still be a lower high point for price to go back down?
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Right.
Right?
And that's
So
kind of
I'm
how I was.
okay with missing these trades here because
Right.
it's like, okay, this is the same example as, right, which double bottoms work and which double bottoms don't work, right? And which double tops work and which double tops don't work.
Right.
It's the same thing, like which type 1 pattern is going to work and which type 1 pattern isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you know if it's going to work or not? Again, this is an uptrend type 1 pattern. But right now, according to structure, what is price doing?
So making lower lows and lower highs because we
Right?
still didn't even get a
That's
clean
it.
break of that lower
We
high
we
point just yet.
we know we got lower lows and lower highs.
Right.
Meaning, could this be when we're looking at the TFR, could this be trap,
Top false real.
false, real?
Right.
Absolutely. So again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with missing this trade because not every
Right.
double bottom is gonna give me what I want to see.
Right.
Right? Like I'm cool with missing this huge trade. Again, if at the time that we're on the chart, again, the move happened before 5 a.m. If we would have had these lows set at 6:30, 7 a.m., you know we would have been in this shit no matter what.
Right.
But the fact that already at 7, 8, 9 in the morning, we were pretty much already at the highs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna force this shit. It is what it is.
Right.
I'll wait for the confirmation, which again, the confirmation is gonna be boom. We got a break of these highs, we got the change of character, we got the break of structure, we have 2 more trades to take
Mm-hmm.
to then continue back to the top side.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And like that's kind of why I was saying that it was low probability, not in the aspect of like where price was structurally, but the time on the charts, where price was at, even seeing the candles on like the 30-minute time frame too.
Right.
Um, and like it's just like we had this on a consolidation, had the bounce off the 800 EMA. We're on the charts from 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to about 10.
Mm-hmm.
And like just seeing what price was doing around that time, it wasn't really too interesting. So um, it's just where it was at, middle of the zone. Price could have easily induced these highs, came back down, took these lows, and price could have just
And
consolidated them
we
like
saw
that
it.
day.
Go to gold.
Yeah, gold did that.
Go to gold. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, we see this shit happen way too many times. Like, why do you think we stay away from trades like this? I'm cool.
Yeah, gold. Hmm.
I'm cool. Let me see my fucking
Yeah,
chart wants to look. Like, you look at a trade like gold on Friday, and it's like the same shit that happened on gold. It could have happened on GU. Same exact thing.
well, that exact same time when we were looking for our entry,
The exact same time.
750, price gave a double bottom, but GU flew. So it's like Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, again, I could give
Right.
you all these examples. We're gonna see them on the chart.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say, like, there's just, again,
No
for
trade,
me
man.
personally, once again, yo, how many times have I seen this on the chart? Yo, too many times to
Telling
count at
you,
this point.
like too many times, man.
Too many times,
Right.
right? So for me, it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm able to see, like, all right, cool. Yes, I know I'm in this area, but what could happen
Yeah.
here at this point?
Right.
Okay, cool. Again, would be a completely different story if the 30-minute time frame was already making higher highs and higher lows, and we had a little bit of internal structure. You know what I mean? Would be a little bit different.
Right.
But the fact that we were trading already between the lower low, lower high, this is just the first push. It's all good.
It would definitely be a BS trade.
Again,
Definitely.
the trade
If we would have
after 8
taken
in the morning, absolutely.
it.
Right? A trade after 8 a.m., 100%. But if it was anything
Yeah.
before that time, if it was the
Right. And that'd
entries
be
last,
decent.
1 a.m. through 3 a.m., then you're chilling.
Yeah.
Because you have a clean area to take that trade. Like,
Mhm.
it's not much to say in these areas. It's exactly what we want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, but the another reason why I wanted to tell you this too is that like this was like a big like realization for me too. Like also like as far as not taking trades, but also like not getting in the mindset of like, oh, I missed this trade. Like, no, it's not really a missed opportunity. Like, it's just if I would have taken it at 8 a.m., it just would have been more on the aspect of 50-50 just based off of where price is at.
Right.
And yeah, so it was just a good realization for me personally. So yeah, but appreciate it. About to mute up and let you finish.
No problem.
Uh,
Any other questions, let me know. It goes for everybody too on the show. You guys have any questions, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Um, Now we'll get started. I don't see the channel in the cord. I don't know why. My bad. Need to get another monitor. I have my chat on one, have my Discord open on, and then have my Discord open on another one. Gonna be a pretty quick one today, guys. We're gonna update our charts, do exactly what we gotta do. We still gotta update our daily time frame, daily highs, daily lows, 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows, any continuations. Same thing on the 30 high, 30 lows. Um, but we're gonna get through it pretty quick. If there's no questions, we're just gonna get through it, and then we'll be live again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. We'll give everybody another minute in the chat. Any questions, let me know. Any specific pairs, let me know. DOPUSD, alright, you guys just got hacked. Mr. Adrian, what's good, my brother? Good evening, good evening. You at work right now, Adrian? Adrian. Man, I want to go watch that Michael Jackson movie. Hee hee. Damn, man, you guys are in a rush. Can't talk to my friend. If I rest the weekend, if I don't have any urgent surgeries, nice. All right, let's get started. So AU daily time frame. Damn, kids are running around like they're madmen. Month of rise. We're looking for a valid break. We don't have a valid break, so we're gonna keep those high markers where they're at. Our time frame, let's add a few lines to this as well. We had 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of rise, the market was gonna move sideways or go down, and we ended up moving sideways. So we have a weekly no nut, 30-minute time frame. Came back to the lows. We were talking about this. Right, we had change. We were looking for a valid break. We had the inducement. Price is coming back. I'm not gonna move the 30-minute highs just yet. Had a day of no nut. So before I start trading AU again, I need to see a valid break. We had a gap here at the start of the week. Looks like price filled it already. Not yet. Missed it by a little bit. Go on to the next one. EA currently not trading this one just yet. Don't know if we are in. Hold on, am I tripping? Did I already mark up my daily time frame highs on AU? We're not even at the end of the month yet. I mean, it's gonna finish on a rise, but glad I realized that. Took me a minute, but I caught it. Right, so EA daily time frame right now, we don't know if we already completed right our level 3 push. I would have liked to have seen the push be a little bit higher, but we know we are still trading between higher high and higher low. So again, at this point, I'm waiting to see if price is gonna want to respect these lows and go higher, or if price is going to start breaking these lows for us to then say that this is our level 2 push on a downtrend, and we'll be looking for another zone of consolidation below the 800 EMA. Right, so right now for EA, I'm just gonna mark it up, but again, I'm not trading this currently. I'm just letting price do what it has to do. Once again, this is why I'm not married to one pair, right? Because for right now, that one trader that's only looking at EA, I feel very bad for you. You've been getting faked out left and right. Every time you see a trend, it just disrespects it, goes the other way. And when you think it's just gonna continue to go the other way, it shoots back, goes the opposite way again. You're like, oh, I knew my bias was correct. Right? So this is a pair that, again, I keep it updated. I wait for price to give me the confirmations, man. I wait for price. I wait for market structure to tell me where it is that price wants to go. Not only in a short term, but long term. I want to be able to catch the trend. Very simple for me. If you're not going to give me a move within the trend, I'm cool. Could you take trades? Absolutely. If you have a 372, continuations, right, lower time frame, you could catch those trades. ECAD, we're in peak high territory. I'm not looking to take trades here, so ECAD is another pair for me that I am just going to update, but I am not trading. We had lower low, lower high, lower low. I don't know why I put the, I'm stupid, sorry. Today's a drop, then we have day of no nut, then a little day of drop. Is Lexia kicked in? Why do you say that? What I do wrong? Oh yeah, when I put the, yeah. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so EU daily time frame. Come on. Daily time frame, we are back at the top of the zone of consolidation. Second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. We had 2 weeks of rise, but we didn't get the third week push. All right, price instead gave us a drop. And on the 30-minute time frame, once again, price gave us lower low, lower high, gave us a trend back all the way down to the bottom into these lower lows. Could we get technical and say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low? We could. If we want to mark this up a little bit more aggressive, right? We could sit here and say that this is a valid lower low, lower high, lower low point. I'm gonna mark it that way. Right, so and the reason I'm gonna mark it this way, we had the 800 EMA. After the 800, we had the exhaustion candle. After the exhaustion candle, we had another inducement at the bottom, right? Then price started trending back to the top side. So at this point, we came back above the 800. If price could give us a valid change of character, right, and then give us a valid break of structure, we get that break above. That's when I'll start looking to take trades on EU again. So we're gonna be patient for now. Yo, I'm tweaking. But we have our zone for the week. So we'll just be patient. GA. Still don't have a valid break, so we gotta wait it out. Wait for the valid breaks. Alright, hold on, there's too many candlesticks here. This is a drop. This hurts my head. This is a rise. This is 2 days of rise. Where are we overall with GA? We have push 1, push 2, push 3. Then we have the change of character. Perfect. Waiting to see if this is going to be our second zone of consolidation and an overall downtrend. We could say that. Right? We broke our previous highs. We started the downtrend. Right? So GA, I'm going to start labeling this A2. Right? 4-hour time frame. We had the 4-hour change, the 4-hour break, lower low, lower high, and gave us all the way back down to the lower low. So we at least know we could expect the lower high point to be made, right? Which we did. Got boom, lower high point. Wanting to see a steeper pullback. But at this point, not looking like price wants to do that. I also hate that price isn't giving us continuations on the 4-hour. Would have loved to have seen 2 weeks of drop to then see the continuation. However, price now is back at the top of the 30-minute highs. So we got the inducement. At this point, this is where now we'll start going into the lower time frames. A2 level 3, why'd you flip it? What do you mean? We're in A2. All right, second zone of consolidation on a downtrend, which means we already had push number 1, A1, right? You have push number 2 made. Push number 1, first push. Push number 2, we're looking for now what? The second zone of consolidation, right? We know the second zone of consolidation is either going to be on or below the 800 EMA on a downtrend, right? In zone number 2, right, in consolidation 2, in A2, you're going into level 3, right? So in A2, you want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. You get what I'm saying? Shouldn't it be aligned with V2? Not necessarily all the time, right? That is the case on some other pairs. I believe there's another GBP pair that's like that, or maybe it was one of the early ones, right? But not always necessarily, right? Sometimes it'll be like above it, right? Sometimes it might not even reach it, right? But yes, there are some instances, a lot of instances, we'll say 90% of the time, right? You want to see the second zone of consolidation, be on or right above it. You want to see the first zone of consolidation be on or right above the second zone of consolidation on the previous trend, right? So, but not all the time. Correct. We're considering this zone A1. right? And again, why? Because we already have the change of character, right? And if we get the change of character, we get the break of structure, we'll have push number 3, right? So let me know if this made sense. Got it? All right, cool. With GCAD, change of character, break level 3, correct. Right, similar to GCAD. Like look how GCAD is looking. Right, it's a big ass structure beforehand, right? But there's a huge possibility that price is gonna, again, this is something that we see not often, but we see it with the bigger pairs, US30, gold, Bitcoin, right? Oil too, where you'll see price doesn't even reach the previous peak highs or previous peak lows. And it just creates the trend, it creates the pattern in the middle of it, right? And then price will give us that third push, it'll end somewhere here, and then it'll start the downtrend again. Right? We see that on pairs like GJ, we see that on pairs like US30, right? Very big pairs. But we also see that whenever there's big news going on, when there's a lot of news going on, when something drastic is happening, right? You go back to GJ during COVID, you go back to US30 during COVID, you go look back at gold during it, right? You go look at any of the major pairs during that time, and you will see that a lot of those pairs created a downtrend pattern or vice versa, an uptrend pattern, but it was a small pattern. It didn't reach peak highs or peak lows, but it gave you the 3 pushes. It gave you the 2 zones of consolidation, right? And then it went back up, or vice versa, it went back down, and it created that next downtrend or uptrend phase. Yeah, you always pay attention to the weekly gaps. I got you. Right, so GCAD right now, we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. Oh, you're saying weekly time frame, like not the 4 hour, the weekly time frame? Um, uh, we'll mark it up for the sake of having it on the chart, but not really. I'm not really on the weekly time frame chart like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. But every gap is good to have. Keep it on the chart. And we'll keep it on the chart most definitely, and we'll see if that's a good target, right? We know that price has to fill a gap eventually. It doesn't happen. It doesn't have to happen right away, and that's a far as gap for what price is doing now. What price has been doing on GCAD for the last couple months. And this guy's gotta stop fucking yelling already. We're still making lower lows and lower highs on this as well. She was on like Scorpion earlier. Get over here. Come on, man. Lock in. GJ, yo, I'm not gonna lie. My headache is coming back again, bro. We gotta get this over with already. So I'll go lay down. GJ, we're back at the daily highs. Right, GJ, we're in peak high territory. GJ is a pair for me that I'm not currently trading. You know, I like to keep an eye on it on a day-to-day basis. If there's an easy trade, we'll take it. But right now, just letting price and the market just kind of do whatever it wants to do. And once again, once we really start trending, you know, then yeah, and this is again, we're at the fucking daily highs, 4-hour highs, 30-minute highs. I'm not gonna mark this as change of character, higher high. That's a steep ass pullback that we got after that though. What do we do with these highs? That's gonna, yeah, we did get a higher high. Alright, I'm gonna mark it. Fuck it. Right, and we're looking for a valid break of these highs where prices gave us the inducement. So we'll keep it marked like this for now. Keep it tight. Right, this will be a little bit easier to catch trades. Give us an inducement of these highs. Price gave us a gap, filled that gap right away. Lower time frame, we'll be looking for a change and a break. And on the 1 minute, we could argue here and say we have the change of character and we're waiting for a break. Right, so we'll see. And that'll be a nice area right below the 800 EMA as well. We had 2 days of rise. The market gave us third day push. We're close to being a no net. Very, very, very close. But we finish on 3 days of rise. Right after 3 days of rise, the market moves sideways or go down. We went down. And the market gave us another push to the top side. Perfect. See how the market moves, man, every single time. GU, we talked about this already. All right, let me get rid of this eyesore that we have drawn here. We don't need these drawings anymore, right? Everybody understood the concepts. You guys understood where we're at, why, what we're looking for. 30-minute. 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 Turning between these highs. Lower high and lower low. So we'll be patient. Let the trend shift. Let them tell us what it wants to do. Look at US30. What are we doing? It's moving sideways, just trapping traders. Doesn't matter what you're trading, doesn't matter the time. Just trapping you. Making you feel some type of way. Not making me feel no, I can tell you that. Facts. Shit is not making me feel no type of way. I could care less. Do you, US30? Start giving me the trend and then we'll start talking. We'll start dancing again. But right now you don't seem like you want to dance, so I'm gonna leave you alone. Right? Like how they should have left me alone during prom. You should come to prom. I don't want to go to prom, leave me alone. You know what I mean? But they didn't. They didn't leave me alone. I still didn't go, but you know, I didn't want to dance. Yeah, I'm chilling. So right now, US30 is literally telling me, yo, I don't want to dance. Alright, cool. I'm gonna respect your wishes. We'll come back on a later day. And then, man, Bitcoin, we're back at the 30-minute highs. We got the inducement. Yo, Bitcoin, I'm not gonna mark this up. I'll get back to Bitcoin when I feel like it. 3 days of rise or 3 days of rise. Market must go down or give us a no net. We got a no net. Perfect. Market is doing exactly what it needs to do for oil. We know that we still right now, I want to call that we're still on an overall downtrend, which again, we are currently. But price is gonna be stuck at these highs for a while. We had 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must move down or go sideways, right? We're pretty much at the no net area already, so just letting price do what it has to do for the next couple days, guys. Once again, it's they want to blame a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of reasons. I'm gonna continue to look at market makers pattern and the rules. So the fact that price wants to just they again, we don't know what can happen with the news. That's facts. We don't know what can happen with the war. It's a whole bunch of that's a whole other topic of conversation. All I know is that we're in a month where price can move sideways. So I'm letting this month do what it has to do. And again, they want to blame it on the war and they want to blame it, which is all real. But understand that we got the confirmations before we heard the news. It's just how you apply it to the chart. However you want to apply, whatever you want to do, that's on you. But understand we had those confirmations, long time ago. This is a 4-hour gap. We're gonna start the gap. We had a week of rise, week of drop. This is pretty much the last pair, guys. Any questions, let me know. If not, that's pretty much it for the night. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Any questions at all, let me know. We've only been streaming for 50 minutes, but I feel like I've been streaming for so much longer than that. All good? No questions? All right, but no problem, Mr. Muhammad. Excuse me. Yeah, not gonna lie, this session felt long, but it was a good one. Yeah, it did feel like it was a lot longer than 50 minutes, but I feel like we went over a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of gems in this one. Good sessions. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace out. See you tomorrow, my brother.
Yo.
Yo, your mic cut out. That what?